Attention please, we're going to have a short speaking program and then we will have the rest of the speaking program in a few minutes, so if we could just get your attention please. My name is Kevin Aguiar, I'm the state representative from Fall River, and I'd like to welcome you all here today. I'm here on behalf of my good friend Walter MONIZ and in support of him for his election as Governor's Council. And without further ado, I'm going to introduce another good friend of his who's therefore going to introduce our main speaker today. So a good friend of both Walter's and myself, and I think everyone in the room, a great man, Fernando Garcia, is going to introduce Barney.
Thank you. He knows how to say the right things. That's it. Well, welcome one and all, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. As I look around the room, I see so many friends of all of us. Really, we're like a small knit family here. And elected officials, former Mayor Kalis here just came in, and a lot of other great, and the people that vote for all these wonderful people that make it all possible. Good evening. My name is Fernando Garcia, otherwise known as your friend in the business. And it is my distinguished honor to introduce my friend, Congressman Barney Frank. Although Barney is left-handed, I assure you that none of my compliments for him this evening will be so. From the urban waterfront of Bayonne, New Jersey to the urban waterfront of New Bedford, Mass, no person has represented our interests more vigorously and passionately than has Barney Frank. Serving the interests of the Commonwealth and the nation for the past 4 decades, Barney has done so in a style all of his own, noted as one of the brainiest, funniest, most eloquent and hardest working members of Congress. In his interactions with us and for us, he's always simply remained Barney. Passion, intelligence, directness, and the wickedly mischievous sense of humor are his trademarks. A lifelong promoter and defender of civil rights, including participating as a Freedom Summer volunteer in Mississippi, Barney has worked tirelessly to promote the dignity of all in a manner that is respectful and inclusive. For this, society owes you a debt of gratitude. Our lives were made better because of your willingness to serve our interests. We are proud to have you as our representative in Congress. I speak for all of us when I say that national politics will be much less interesting and entertaining without you. Ladies and gentlemen, my friend and fellow Azorian, Representative Barney Frank.
Give a speech and impress you, I would have shut up after Fernando and sat down. I am very appreciative of Fernando, who is such a great leader of our community and who refutes the notion that somehow there has to be a conflict between success in the private sector and support for the good role of government. Fernando is, of course, one of the most successful business leaders in the state, and at the same time is somebody who understands that we need a cooperation between the public and private sectors to maintain the quality of life. I'm here though, and as I said, I don't stop this with me, because I want to make 2 points. The first point I want to make is that Walter MONIZ is a dedicated, hardworking guy who will be a very thoughtful member of the Governor's Council. And people know that. You're here because you know what integrity and character Walter has. The problem is that people don't understand as much the importance of the Governor's Council. It sounds like something out of the Revolutionary War, which is in fact when it was created. The Governor's Council was originally created because the governor was appointed by the King of England, and the Governor's Council was there to be a check on the King of England. It's now a check on our elected governor, and it has more power to do mischief than people realize. And the incumbent counselor from our district here is one of the few who does realize that you can do mischief there, because that's what he's done. Frankly, he has harassed the governor. The governor's judicial appointments have been upheld when they shouldn't be. You know, we honest don't pay judges enough. You're a first-rate lawyer, you're going to make a lot more money than you can make as a judge. When we get the kind of people we want to be judges, when you get men and women who are successful lawyers to take a step down in income, to become members of the judiciary, it doesn't help if they're going to be subjected to a degree of harassment at the governor's council. Frankly, I regretted it last 2 years ago when the Boston Globe decided that the governor's council was kind of a thing to have fun with. So they wrote an article that just treated it like it was a joke. Well, it's not a joke. And it shouldn't be populated by people who treat it as if it is. I'm very grateful to Walter for undertaking this. Campaigning, it's a big district. The governor's council districts are bigger even than congressional districts, even bigger than the newer, bigger congressional districts. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of educational effort to get people to understand this. But a governor who faces a hostile governor's council or hostile people on the governor's council has to expend energy and time that he shouldn't have to do. And so, as a strong supporter of Governor Patrick, who's been a great governor, who's been one who, unlike his predecessor, knew where Bristol County was. Obviously, I hope President Obama is reelected, but if Mitt Romney were to be elected, I don't think it's going to happen, we might have to ask America to open up a consulate here, because based on past performance, he's not going to pay a lot of attention to southeastern Massachusetts. But we have a governor who has been successful, who has been committed to our issues, and he deserves from our region here the kind of support that he needs on the governor's council. That's Walter. Walter is somebody who takes on this job. He's not looking for glamour. He's not looking for a lot of publicity. He understands how important it is. He's ready to work on it. The governor's council is a place from which he can help promote our economic interests. So I am very grateful to the people here. I'm grateful to a number of my fellow elected officials are here because they do understand this. People from the State House who are here, Kevin, Tony, Paul, understand what the governor's council does mean inside that building for the governor. So thank you all for being here. Walter MONIZ is doing all of us a favor by running for this job, especially after what happened last time when he lost out because people didn't take it seriously. I am very confident if we do our job of getting the voters to understand what the governor's council is, how important this is, how necessary it is to change the current situation, we're going to be celebrating Walter's election to the governor's council. Thank you. And now I have to leave, but I want to put in my last plug for local area. I'm going to walk out of here with my Joseph Abboud suit and go back up to Newton, where my partner Jimmy is waiting for me in a Flex that we bought from Fall River Ford, and celebrate the rest of the evening.
We're going to get one little picture.
We both lost weight since the last picture.
Can we get one more big round of applause for Congressman Barney Frank? Thank you very much, Congressman. And just so everyone knows, around 7:15, the rest of the speaking program will happen. Thank you.